I'm Dr. Brian Cahan, and I'd like you to witness Stick-it-to-me version 3. In our first video, I demonstrated Stick-it-to-me made out of 100% biodegradable substance to work as an interventional training dummy for physicians to learn spinal injections. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to demonstrate the extension of that, because the first time we were working on the lumbar spine, and since then I have created the cervical spine, thoracic spine, and a lumbar degenerative spine. So that will make it a little bit more intricate for the learning physician to accurately do spinal injections. The advantage of this, as I stated, is it's 100% biodegradable. You do not have to worry about any toxic substances, nothing to worry about formaldehyde, and it gives you that sensation of working with a human body. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to reveal the full body of Stick-it-to-me. As you can see from everything, it's just like a human body in the sense that you cannot see through it. Some other translucent spinal training dummies, you can actually see the vertebral bodies. Well, that's not the real world. The real world is this. You have nothing to look at, and the only way you can see it is utilizing a fluoroscope. And as you can see, we have a fluoroscope here. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you what Stick-it-to-me looks like under fluoroscopy. So I'm going to ask you to please go to the image monitor, and hopefully you can see this accurately. This is live fluoro, and as you can see, that's the lumbar spine. Okay, you have a perfect image on the viewer. However, when you pan down and you look at the section that we're imaging, there is nothing that you can see. We're now going to sit there, and as we move, we're going to go back to the image monitor, and you're going to see me moving live under fluoroscopy. That is the end of our lumbar spine. We're going to continue to go up, and we now have our thoracic spine coming in. You can see the ribs branching off to the right and nerve roots along as the transverse process. However, when we look at our mold, it is completely invisible underneath the mold. As we continue up, you can see the disc space, and then we get to the top of our thoracic spine. And you can see the vertebral bodies get smaller, the transverse processes become more predominant, and we can see our interdiscal space. We then will traverse up to the cervical spine, and we have our cervical spine model here. And again, when we look at this under fluoroscopy, we can see that it mimics the cervical spine. We can see our spinous processes, our facet joints, and the base of the skull. And yet when we pan back down to our Stick-it-to-me model, it is completely radio-opaque. You cannot see through it. So it takes the advantage of giving you the actual images under fluoroscopy just like a human body. Now I'm going to pause, and we're going to go over some injections to see visually what it looks like when you actually use Stick-it-to-me for your training dummy.